Hello. How are we all? Is this working? Oh my god, it's been so long since I've been live. I don't know whether any of these settings are working at the moment, so y'all have to let me know. Is the audio coming in? New angle, new setup, new positioning for all the things. Also, my coffee is currently percolating, brewing at the moment, so I got to go back and grab that. But hi, how are you all? I missed y'all. It's been like months since we live streamed last. I just haven't been really inspired to live stream recently, and there's been a whole bunch of other reasons that I'll go into in a moment. But good to see y'all. Where are y'all from? Let me know in the chat. Audio is crisp. Nice. Awesome. It's good to hear. How's the music audio? Is it too loud, too soft? It looks like it's a little bit too soft maybe, but I'm not sure. 4 months. Wow, someone's counting. Okay. 4 months. I'm sorry. It's 4 months because like I don't know. I stopped streaming on Twitch. I stopped gaming streaming because I just like I found out that I didn't enjoy it, and you know, thought I'd try it for a little bit and all that kind of stuff. And then at the same time, I kind of also dropped the YouTube streaming as well because I'm in the middle of making a course, and I wanted to save like a bunch of that content for the course and make sure I'm doing it properly and all that kind of stuff. So that's why. That's the reasons. My justifications. If you want to accept them or not, please accept them. Where are we from? France, Washington, D.C. Most of you will probably be from the US, I am guessing. Big sorry to my European friends. I know the time zones suck, but it's so hard to get a time zone between like Sydney, US, UK, and the rest of Europe, and even Tokyo and all that kind of stuff. It's like super tricky. What is nice? Taiwan, Venezuela, California. Amazing. Streaming can be exhausting. Yeah, man. Like I'm an introvert. It's hard for me to, well, it's not hard. It's just that it takes energy for me to be in front of camera and that kind of stuff. So sorry about your GPU. I'm so sad. I haven't played games in like 2 days, and I am so, I've got withdrawals, man. I've got withdrawals. South Australia here, hoping to open up the borders again. Looking forward to get to Sydney. Yeah, hopefully soon. There's been a lot of talk about Sydney opening up. So if you guys don't know already, I've been in lockdown. Most of Australia's been in lockdown. But my state specifically and Sydney has been in lockdown for the past, I don't know, 3-4 months or something like that. It's been a while. I lost count. I just can't even be bothered to count anymore because it's been so long. So yeah, we haven't been able to travel, but there's been a lot of good news coming up about international travel opening up again next month, mid next month. Hopefully, we'll see. Brisbane, France, Pakistan, Sydney, somewhere where it's 2 a.m. I know where you're from, Mario. Italy, Syria, having coffee. Also, oh yeah, my coffee. Give me a sec. Oh, I probably need a coaster, don't I? Probably. Oh, yeah. Okay, while I'm pouring this, before we get into the edits and stuff today, let me know if you guys have any questions about anything, and we can chat about that. Gear, photography, travel, Japan, lockdown, my life, your life, anyone's life, whatever. I don't want to waste that. Maybe here. And then here. Oh, let's see. Tuscan, Arizona. Cool. Excited for your course? Yeah, me too. It's shaping up. So I've done the scripts for it already, and I like kind of know what I'm talking about. So I'm kind of ready to film, but at the same time, I don't know if I should be mentioning this or not. I'm pretty sure this got announced today, so I'm pretty sure I can talk about it. But Lightroom is bringing a whole bunch of new features into the new, all of the platforms actually. It's masking. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that or not. But anyway, I want to make sure that I cover that because it's freaking huge, and I've been playing with it for the last couple of months, and I want to make sure that's in the course because it's gonna change the way y'all edit photos, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. Otherwise, I might get in trouble. Let's see. Sydney, Mexico, Tampa, Florida. Nice, everywhere. How good. Visiting Japan 2 weeks in February. Hopefully I can knock off some locations you suggest in your book. Hopefully you can. I hope it opens up. I'm going to go back as soon as I can and get even more locations for you guys in those books. So that'd be awesome too. How do you always be consistent in your work? It's, yeah. Yeah. It's not easy. It's not easy. It takes a lot of practice. When's the course coming? Course is coming. Hopefully, my goal is to get it finished. So maybe not marketed or anything like that, but like finished and like ready to go by the end of the month. So we'll see. But I haven't filmed anything. I haven't edited anything. Like I need to really get a move on. What coffee are you brewing at the moment? This is a very, how do I even explain this? This is a very light pour over brew from a company called Mecca in Sydney. One of my favorite coffees. Any exciting projects coming up? Yes, there's actually a reason for me streaming now, which I can't tell you. But that is probably the most exciting project on the horizon, and it's coming in the very near future, but I can't talk about it. I'm sorry. Coffee beans? Okay, I need to rep local. Hold on. These amazing. It like is literally some of my favorite beans ever. I'll leave this here. There you go. Yeah. The masking updates were announced officially yesterday, I think. Oh, okay, good. Then I'm not in trouble. Sweet. How many camera bodies you own? A lot. Too many. I definitely need to consolidate most of them. What's up? What do you think of the Canon EOS RP? Trying to buy my first camera. You should buy Sony. That's my answer. You should buy Sony. How's your DJI POV journey going? No updates? No. I haven't been able to fly at all for like, yeah, months and months and months. So it's literally sitting right, I don't know if you can see it in screen. No, you can't. It's like right there. It's just sitting there gathering dust, not doing much of anything, unfortunately. Yo, besties now. My Discord fam. Y'all should join my Discord, by the way. It's fun. It's good times. Do you shoot anamorphic? No, I do not shoot anamorphic. I don't even consider myself really a filmmaker or anything like that. So that's outside of the realm of what I would probably do. All right, so today's going to be a relatively short stream, I guess. I just wanted to test some settings and that kind of stuff for a future project for this whole kit and caboodle. But I also have so much work to do, so I need to keep it short. So probably like, I don't know, an hour or an hour and a half. What are you holding in your, what, this thing? This thing? I'm breaking the fourth wall here a lot. Wait, is streaming breaking the fourth wall? Yeah, it is. It's a stream deck that allows me to do things like this and this and this and this, all at a touch of a button. It's really cool. Face zoom. What time is it right now? 1 a.m. in Belgium. Thank you for joining. I know it's late. It's 9 a.m. in Sydney. And I haven't had any coffee yet, so I'm trying to digest this as fast as possible so I can get to normal human operating speed. Ben, what's up? Bro, your GPU is gonna crash if you keep changing. Yeah, I know, man. Actually, you guys can't hear it because the mic's not picking it up well. But I've manually set my fans on my MacBook to like 100% just so that it doesn't die on me. And like I've got the aircon on, which is why I'm wearing a hoodie, and like my fingers are really cold, but my body is really warm, and the things you have to do to get this live stream thing going. Like I need to get to the point where I just have this like permanent setup, and you know I don't need to move around softboxes and like cameras and plug shit in, and man, you have to do so much stuff when it comes to live streaming. Hey, it's crazy. We need Clem for. Oh, I miss Clem. Resident Discord emoji maker. 4 a.m. Damn, it's early, man. Thanks for joining. All right, what are we doing? So today, one of the things that I miss posting is my second account. So today's editing session, I guess. By the way, if y'all haven't seen my second account, it looks like this. It's called Hey Pat K. And it's just like a collection of like images that are just off the cuff. And one of the reasons why I love this account is because it forces me to shoot images that aren't just the bangers, right? Like with those kind of images, it forces me to shoot everything and shoot everything in landscape as well, which is a really good mix up from you know, trying to do the whole travel photography Instagram thing, shooting everything in portrait, only shooting bangers, you know, all this kind of stuff. It's like what can I do as a practice to break out of that? And that's what Hey Pat K is about. And so I haven't posted there in like a bajillion years because I've just been really busy and run out of content. That's actually a really big problem. So I'm going to show you guys how I do all of my like moodier, cinematic-y, filmy type Hey Pat K edits. And then if we have time, I do have a couple of like Pat K main account edits that I want to show you guys as well, which we can pick through after. But the priority is getting through these, but it should be pretty fast because I use presets, but I'll show you how I use them and all that kind of stuff. Can you talk a bit about the challenges you found being nomadic and how you feel about it now after lockdown? Yeah, I wrote a long blog post about this. You can find it on my website. I don't want to like bore you with the details, but challenges when it comes to being nomadic is always down to relationships and how much you need or don't need them as a person. And I mean like friendships and all that kind of stuff and real deep connections. I found that I needed it a lot more than I thought I did. And thus like lockdown for me, while I'm used to it now, at the beginning was real tough. It was real hard. Okay, I'm gonna slide into Clem's DMs telling you you miss him. Yeah, do it. Second account is getting rusty. It's true. But the images on the second account are bangers as well. Thanks, man. It's these images for me are like very off the cuff. Like I know they would otherwise sit on my hard drive, so I want to show them to the world in some respect, right? Would you ever consider yourself a late bloomer? And if so, how does that make you feel? If anything, I was an early bloomer. So much so that now, like, I'm 33 and this is my second career, my second full-time career. So I don't really consider myself a late bloomer at all. I think I got an early start way earlier than most people because most people went to uni and, you know, only got a start in their careers when they're 23, 24, 25. Whereas I've been in the workforce since I was like 18. So how do you organize your images in Lightroom? Well, you'll have to get the course to find out. Nah, but seriously, it's just like in folders by year. Oh, you guys can't see that because the chat is over it, isn't it? Yes, it is. I'm gonna do that. It's by year and then like by kind of rough description. I didn't use keywords or anything like that, although I know a lot of people do. Then smart collections by stars, and then red and yellow whenever I need it, flagged whenever I need it, if I'm doing different projects and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I go into way more detail about this in the course. Imagine figuring life out while you're young and dumb. I mean, hey Vishal, Mr. Mod, what's going on? How are we? All right, refill, and then we'll get into some editing. This is really precarious. Oh my god. Can't waste it. Did you kill your new GPU on New World? No, I didn't. I killed it playing Apex. Lol. Good afternoon, good afternoon. All right, so when it comes to my second account, it's super cinematic, and to keep things consistent, and this is like not me just trying to plug presets just in general, but like the way to keep your images consistent is to have the same settings, and the easiest way to do that is to use presets. So, you know, in an image like this, something really dark and moody is something that I usually start with, and then replicate that preset across everything else. So I love this image because it's like I went here to go take this shot right at Chicken Bridge, which is a pretty like famous shot in Tokyo, and you know, you have this like very classic abundance of people. It's never as pretty in real life as the images, right? You know, this is some real BTS shit right here. My man was grinding the Genshin anniversary. Yeah, tell me about it. I was actually, and now I'm so sad that I can't even play. I need to play today actually. I love that look, like you're in an office like this. Like, here's my monitor. My monitor's right there. What's the difference between Lightroom and Camera Raw? Camera Raw is the processor that Lightroom uses. Photoshop uses it as well. Camera Raw is the thing that actually, what's the right word for this? Interprets the image, is the actual thing that you're using to edit the image on, and Lightroom is the kind of the software wrapper around that. And so is Photoshop as well. Pat, why are you not participating in the monthly challenges anymore? Because I've been in lockdown and haven't shot anything. I'm sorry. That's my excuse, lockdown. I mean, obviously I've been out and stuff, but yeah, I'll probably shoot something this month because I'll be out shooting a couple of things because of some reasons. So usually for me, for Hey Pat K, I start with like a film look. So it's either F2, F3, something kind of natural. And then with my Hey Pat K look, it's very dark. It's super moody. Also, I'm sorry if my Lightroom lags because my MacBook's not handling it very well, and you can't hear the fan spinning up right now, but the shit is going crazy. Shit is going crazy. So on this account, it's like a lot of fade, a lot of grain, a lot of like crushed whites, a lot of crushed blacks, very, very filmic. But then at the same time, you know, a couple of classic things that I do, like a lot of minus clarity and even a little bit of dehaze, you know, some general color adjustments and stuff with this. Actually, I don't want to get too hard on it because like that looks a bit weird, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Actually, no, it's not that bad. Same color ish, kind of something. And then I always crop these in a 16:10, which is kind of weird. I came to this conclusion because it looks good in the circle. I mean, in the square. But yeah, it's kind of hard to work with if I'm honest. So at a baseline, what I'll do is just do a 16 by 10 crop. Just do a very quick preset grade on it, and then I'll copy that. Check all the things except for transforms. Not that I made any. I'll keep all that kind of stuff. I'll keep that stuff. I'll keep everything, and then I'll go through each one of those images individually. And so while that's all loading up and making the previews, you can read the chat. Making your own presets are kind of nifty, TPH, especially for cinema. 100%. Like, presets get a bad rap, but from a workflow perspective, they're freaking awesome. Are these edits even going through? Are these changes even going through? Hello? Is my computer just dying? Is that what's going on here? Are you not doing these previews? Do the preview, do the thing. Come on, Lightroom, do it. My CPU is like maxed at 90%, 99% right now. It's trying, guys. And like the intention was to actually stream from my PC and then edit from my Mac so that I wouldn't have to stream and edit on the same device, and like I could actually save some of the processor. But yeah, my computer died, so there's that. Jim Halper, I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Hey Lifty, what's going on? Have you, Rob, have you tried 10,000 saturation? I mean, if they let me do it, I'd give it a crack. Why not? I end up using the same crop for a 2-split landscape carousel. Oh yeah, 16 by 10, yeah, because it's 8 by 5, which is 4 by 5 but stretched. Can you talk about NFTs? How can we get into it? I would, but that would require its own video. So I'm going to maybe defer that to a future time, perhaps. Kind of off topic, but when you're shooting on your iPhone, are you using 16 by 9 or 4 by 3? I'm pretty sure it's 4 by 3 by stock. Yeah, 4 by 3, that one. Whatever that one is. I don't know what that one. Nah, it's 4 by 3. I'm pretty sure it's 4 by 3. Did you create the presets you use? Yes, and you can buy them at my shop. Apparently both are demanding. Yes, they are indeed. Things I tell myself daily. Am I dying? Do the thing. Yeah. Motivation. Okay, have these gone through yet? Okay, cool. I won't start with that one. I'll start with that one. And then, yeah, so like in terms of edit and process, I'll literally just go through and see each one, you know, did I get the exposure right? Or is it too bright? Is it too dark? Etc, etc. This one's a bit too bright for what I want the aesthetic to be on that account. And then oftentimes I'll have to play around with like the transforms and the crops and all that kind of jazz. So like this kind of image, right, is an image that like I just took. I would never actually like post this on my main account because it's pretty standard, you know. But for me, it's like they're memories in time that I want to share, and that's why I post them on the second account. How's the skin tone on that? That's smidge yellow, but it's okay. It's okay. Maybe I'll up it just a little bit there. Or should I? Yeah. Cool. And that's that. And then I'll just literally go through all of them and make sure that the crops are right. if my computer wants to cooperate, which, I mean, you guys are staring at the same blank white screen as I am. Oh God, why? Nope, I don't want to unlock my ratio, man. There we go. Keep it. There we go. You're alright. This is Sumida River, which is like so freaking beautiful in cherry blossom season. All these are cherry blossoms. Super nice. But that one's fine. Doesn't have to be perfect. This kind of account is very rough around the edges, and it's kind of the point. So do all the photos for HeyPack fit the presets, or do the presets fit the photo? Are there times where the presets and the photos don't fit together? Yeah, sure. Which is why I don't, which is why I make sure I go through every single one, just to make sure that the look is right. Because like no one preset, doesn't matter who you buy it from, right? It doesn't matter how much time you spend on it. No one preset is going to be right for every single photo 100% of the time. It just doesn't work like that. So you have to check. You have to make sure you do your due diligence on every single photo, even if they are, you know, a little bit rough around the edges like mine are in this instance. Shameless bucket. That was a perfect Clem opportunity. Yes. Clem, where are you? Wouldn't post this on his main because it ain't a PK banger. Man, I can't wait to get back to Japan and make more images. Oh my god. Being cooped up in an apartment for like 4 months is just fair out. It's so my brain, my mind, it's melting. Alright, just making sure all of this stuff is in the middle. This is like one of those Sumida River runoffs that just so aesthetic. I love it. That's probably a little bit too much. Something like that. I love the color though. Come on, beach ball. Nope, that's not what I want. We've done that one. That's cool. I have a shot from the same spot though. It's time to cheat. Copy my edit. Feel free to copy my edit. That's cool. That's cool. Steffi, living vicariously through your photos. Oh, I miss Japan too. Edit sesh to reminisce on our Japan journeys. Hopefully we can make more in the future. Literally, and I tell people this so much, I'm literally like I'm on Japan Times, the website, every single day to check out the latest news and see whether or not they're opening the borders. Every single day. And they're not, but soon. Fingers crossed. Let's see. That one's okay. I think I might... Oh, the whites are really hard to balance in this one. But I want to pop this guy out because he's taking a fat drag. Something like that looks natural enough. Hot tip, when you do this kind of stuff, make sure you have a high feather and that you can't see the effect that you're putting on that spot, because it kind of looks really amateurish. And a good way to check is if you go to the navigator and make it small, usually you can see it a little bit better. But that's cool. All right. Pictures from that account have a lot of grain. Is it done on purpose with Lightroom or raising the ISO while shooting? It's definitely done by Lightroom. So these are my settings for for this particular preset. And you can't really tell, especially on stream, like the compression is gonna destroy it, but the grain kind of looks like that. It's really rough. And the rougher the grain, typically, the more like, the easier it is to see when it's small and compressed. So those are my settings if you want to use them. Not sure you've addressed this in the past. So have you ever shot film? What are your thoughts on it? I think it's a very expensive way to shoot photography, and if that's your jam, then more power to you. I mean, for people who say film has an aesthetic that, like, they're right, 100%. Like, film does have an aesthetic, and you know, there's a look to the different film that you use that's very noticeable. But it's not like it's something that can't be replicated in digital, right? People who say you can't replicate a film look in digital just aren't trying hard enough. Like, it's very, very doable. You just got to sit there and like make the adjustments yourself and make the preset exactly as the film is over a span of images. People just kind of like try on one photo and then give up, and then that's kind of it. But there's a lot to it. There's making that style is takes time. But yeah, if you want to shoot film, then by all means. But man, it is an expensive hobby. Not like photography isn't an expensive hobby in general, but visual pattern series is so helpful for me. Glad you are enjoying it. Next one is on visual hierarchy, coming out on Tuesday. Hot tip. I miss Akihabara. It is weeb central. My favorite. My favorite kind of place. Yeah, just these presets are super quick. Like that's it. Like that's all I really want out of this kind of edit. Just making sure I'm doing my due diligence. Things aren't like completely stupidly blown out, or they don't look kind of incorrect. Like normally, say this shot for example, on my main account, I would probably do something like that, and then, you know, maybe straighten this up and make it, you know, straight and do all the proportions correctly and all that kind of stuff. But this one's more about like realism. Wouldn't you consider having original presets a part of the create? Wow, I'm probably really far behind in chat. I'm sorry. Wouldn't you consider original presets as a part of the creative process? 100%, 100%. I definitely do consider it a part of the creative process. Your Japan guides are absolutely amazing. Hope you will make more from other places. 100% I will. I'm actually considering doing one on Kyoto, but I don't know if I can make an entire book on it. Like, I haven't discovered it as much as I've discovered Tokyo, so I need to spend like a significant amount of time in there, and I have already, but yeah, more. Kyoto's actually quite large. You know, there's a lot of really, really cool spots, and maybe it's more of a Kansai book. I don't know. I'll think about it. And then I wanted to make other books on other countries as well, but I feel like I would be a bit of a fraud if I didn't spend at least, you know, 3 months in that country to be able to, well, at least 2 seasons in that country to be able to say, hey, this is like the thing you should do, and like these are the different conditions you should shoot in and all that kind of stuff. Like I need to make sure that like I keep my own integrity and I'm not just trying to be a fraud for the money. But yeah, I will try and work on it. This is a view from Mount Takao, by the way, which is I think it's one of Tokyo's highest mountains, but it's looking back in the city. Super, super nice. How did you start working in photography? Oh, I mean, that's a long question, man. I do have a couple of videos on that though, so check out the channel. Apart from the most iconic locations in Sydney, what's your go-to place around Sydney for? Depends on what for. If you're going to Sydney for food, or if you're going to Sydney for shoots and sites and other things, let me know. Let me know what you want to, what you mean by go-to. Isn't Japan banning gaijins from entering the country until May 22? I don't know. That's the first I've heard of it. And if that's the case, then that's going to make me really sad. And I will have to go elsewhere until that happens. So me and a couple of mates are thinking about doing Iceland. Ben, if you're in the chat, don't know if you're there. But would love to go to Iceland in the meantime while I'm waiting for Japan to open up again. You might have seen the Paquet version of this. This is Mount Fuji in the background, in the distance. But I wanted to make a like really faded out version of this for Hey Paquet because I love the textures, man. Look at it's so nice. It's so nice. Put that in the middle. Where's the middle? Yeah, that'll do. Yeah. I'll go reverse clarity on this guy. But yeah, just trying to crush all the things. Hee. We got a new PM. Congrats on a great year. Thank you. Don't know about total bans, folks coming in on work visas. Yes, I'm pretty sure work visas are totally fine right now. It's just the tourist visa that's not okay. But if Sydney is opening up soon, then hopefully Japan will follow suit. I know they have some pretty good ties. Oh, so cold. Coffee's so cold. Oh, this is way too bright. Let's bring that down. Let's go all the way down. That's too much. Yeah. Something way more subtle. Become a famous singer and organize concerts in Japan. Should become an idol. Do you use diffusion filters or any other filters on your lenses? Yes, I'm using a black pro mist filter on my camera right now. So this whole image is a diffused image already. I like it because, especially for people and like skin and all that kind of stuff, like the Sony cameras are really sharp, and whilst like you might be wanting that, for me when I'm shooting my face, I'd rather not have my like details. So I use a little bit of a diffusion filter, plus because I'm shooting straight at that light right there, it has a nice like kind of glowy effect that throws that gets projected onto it. And I've been using this for the majority of my YouTube now. Where was the chat? Where are we? Oh my god. Pat, do you use individual RGB tone curves for your presets? No, I do not. There's a very long explanation as to why, but the short version is that I don't need that much control, and if I do need something similar, there are other ways like split toning and that kind of stuff to do that. Pat, how often do you use the calibration tool? Well, on my presets, every single image. Calibration, especially once you like learn how to hone it for yourself and have a specific like look that you're trying to go for, which when I say look, right, it's usually more to do with like color is what you would be referring to. But yeah, every single photo. This is a bit too bright. Let's darken this one. If you had to eat one Japanese meal for the rest of your life, which one would it be? Do I have to choose one? Why is it always one? I can't choose. Ramen? I guess that's what comes first to mind. I'm such a sucker for like a gyudon though. Yeah, okay, we'll just say ramen. We'll just say ramen. Kyoto Kansai road trip. Yes. Please, let's go. 100%. Which countries would you go for to write a book about? Iceland. New Zealand. I've been in New Zealand a couple of times, and I really want to go in all of the seasons so that I can like. That's probably the country that I'm closest to doing a book on, but I need to go back just a couple more times just to make sure that like I'm doing my due diligence on that. Where else? I would love to do the US, but I don't want to go to the US for now. And I feel like I would need to like road trip across the country a couple of times in order to get that book done, because there's so many places in the US. It's insane. I heard if you have heritage that you can enter Japan. Yes, I don't have heritage, unfortunately. Hoping you said Scotland. Sorry, I've never actually been to Scotland. I need to go. Iceland's amazing, definitely worth it. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. Do you like the Alps? I love the Alps. I love the snow. Any Alps. This one is a rooftop shot. I don't like the color on this one at all. Yuck. I'm gonna make this more orange. Something like that. If you didn't notice, hi. Oh, I'm not even switched. I'm a good streamer, I swear. This shot, there's Mount Fuji in the back. Rooftop shot. I'm not telling you which one it is though. Moving on. How many more do I have? Surely not many. Oh, I'm only halfway. Shit. I should probably get a crack on, eh? How long have I been streaming for? 53 minutes. Okay. Apart from Japan, where's the next place you want to visit? So Iceland. I would love to do Europe again. I would love to do New Zealand again. I would love to do Vietnam. I want to do a north to south motorbike ride up and down Vietnam, because I think that'll be amazing fun. Have you used Peak Design's travel backpack? I use the everyday backpack. I'm probably going to use the travel backpack next time I go to Japan, although I'm worried about the size and like the daily carry size. I need to work that out. Yeah, but I love all Peak Design stuff, so it's very likely that I'll be using their bag next time. This is a view from the Shangri-La. and you can see some of the reflections and stuff, which they're imperfections that I wouldn't normally post on Pack-K, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Try to bring back a lot of memories from my exchange. Oh. You can only choose to eat at one forever. 7-Eleven, Family Mart, or Lawson. 7-Eleven, no question. I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for that, but 7-Eleven snacks, man. So good. But Family Mart chicken is the best. And yeah, Family Mart chicken is the best. 7-Eleven snacks are the best. And what's Lawson's good at? Lawson's good at coffee? I feel like that's a consolation prize. This is very purple on my screen. Probably a lot more purple than I would normally go for. That's cool. Moving on, moving on. Boo, Family Mart forever. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Family Mart for me is a close second though, you know. Family Mart's awesome. I feel like Lawson gets the short end of the stick for most people, but yeah, 7-Eleven, Family Mart. If you go to Iceland, make sure you try the waffle. Best waffles in the world. Really? What makes Icelandic waffles better than other waffles? Tell me. I need to know. I need to know the answer to this question. Classic pan shot. I didn't like his expression, which is why I didn't post this on my main account. But it's still a good pan. Hold on. It's also very dark. Here we go. And a bit purple too. Make it a bit more blue. Sharp, look at that. Yeah. Go to the Isle of Skye. Oh. I've seen images before. Looks amazing. So many places to go. So many things to do. I want to do them all. My question was missed. Sorry. Ask again. I am trying to. I can't do two things at once. I'm trying to keep up with chat, but I suck. I'm sorry. I wanted to say I really appreciate your channel, man. Thank you. No worries. My pleasure. Planning to spend a year in Scotland sometime soon, and possibly. Oh, send through some images. I need to know what this place looks like. One of content creator that I follow ages back did a little bit of a series on Scotland, and it looked fan-bloody-tastic. Yeah, straighten that up. So dark, so dark. Change the contrast. I loved this place. This place is what was the name again? Enkoji in Kyoto. Come here during autumn. You get all these pretty. It's a temple, but it has like a garden, and the garden is just amazingly beautiful. Amazing. How much Photoshop do you use? Not a lot. Literally, like, I'm using Lightroom 99% of the time. In this example, well, in this live stream, after I do all of these images, I'll chuck them into Photoshop so that I can get the white border, and I'll show you how I do it, even though it's pretty simple anyway. See you, Tev. Thanks for hanging out. I'm guessing 7-Eleven is different there than in the US. Yes. Same thing with Australia, and same thing with any other like Western country. 7-Eleven is just hits different in Japan, man. It like it's so different. Contrast, more contrast. It's dark, but I love it. Lawson Onigiri. Is that a constellation? I feel like all three konbinis do really good onigiri, but I don't know. Famichiki is the best, but the rest 7-Eleven indeed. 7-Eleven. Have you thought of jumping into the NFT super rare? I would love to be on super rare, but they haven't accepted my application, so no. I mean, I would love to sell there. If you know anyone, hook me up. But I've got a collection running at the moment, but I'm not really pushing it that much because I don't know. There's a bunch of reasons. I could go on all day, but I don't really want to dive into that. This is one of the many locations in Kyoto that most people haven't been to. I think the name is called Ine or something like that. It's a fishing village at the very, very north of Kyoto. Absolutely, like, it's amazing. It's just this super serene place. And all of these houses, like, have, you know, these little, like, what do you even call them? Like, places for boats that you can just dock your boat in your house. Because it's a fishing village. So nice. What I'm learning here is how you do your crops. 10 out of 10 technique home style. What do you mean? My crops are, yeah, this is an exercise in cropping right now. But when I get into the paquet edits, I'll do a proper edit. This is me, by the way. Shot at Shibuya Sky. Her skin looks a little bit yellow though. It was more orange because it was the end of the day toward sunset. But we also don't want to make her too orange. Also, not too much clarity. That'll do. Ah, selfie. So if you go up to Shibuya Sky in Tokyo, there's this like giant mirror, and on a good day, this is me. Hi. On a good day, you can see Mount Fuji, which is kind of neat. Oh, my computer's dying. My computer is dying. My fans are spinning up so much. That'll do. That'll do. Disneyland would argue for world's best title for whales. Iceland is just freaking amazing. The first time I went, I loosely followed a guide by Alex Cornell that went around the ring road. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Southern Lights, can you see them in New Zealand? Apparently you can. In some spots, but I haven't seen them myself. Was just wondering what your ingest, storage, process, workflow is for photos and videos. Like, do you have a NAS, etc.? In that respect, I use a DAS, so like a direct access storage. That's what it stands for, right? Yeah. So right now I'm using the Promise Pegasus. I think it's called the R32 R6 or something. It's a 6 terabyte RAID something or other. But it's awesome because you can edit your videos on it as well because it's that fast. So you can edit 4K footage. And it's super, super quick. Whereas in NAS, you can't do that. And then for my backup, I back everything up to Google Cloud. By the way, if you guys are looking for a, I've probably given this advice before, like an online hot storage backup solution, there's a little bit of a hack where if you sign up for Google Enterprise and you do at least a minimum of 3 seats, you can get unlimited Google Drive storage. So I've got like 20 terabytes saved in Google Drive, and it's hot storage, so it's available all the time. And I only have to pay for like 3 seats. So do that because cloud is the ultimate redundancy. Hokkaido. It's fine. It's fine, I guess. That's fine too. Niseko. Yeah, nice and dark. Maybe a little bit brighter there. Just a smidgy. Yeah, that'll do. Also Niseko, you can see all these like the ski fields up here. Wow, that lag though. Oh my god. Little Buddha statues around Enkoji's garden. Definitely must. Yeah, 100%. And they always put like a little leaf on the head. So cute. All right, that's it. So with this, I am just going to quickly export this to, yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the, so I've got a preset for exporting as well. So it goes into my export folder. Those are the settings that I use, and then I go export. And I will wait for that to do its thing and fire up Photoshop in the meantime, because my computer is going to take a long time to do it because it's dying. Oh god, what happened? Oh god. Let's see. One sec. Okay, why are my glyphs over there? Oh my god. My windows are going everywhere. Stop it. Stop. Okay, we'll wait for that to export, and how do you determine what goes on your main versus your second? If it's not a banger, couldn't you add it as a carousel? I mean, yeah, sure, 100% I could. There's no hard and fast rule. It's more like if it's a main account photo, then I'll probably know as I'm taking the photo that it's going to be a main account photo. But if it's a second account photo, most of the time I find them whilst I'm going through my catalog, because when I'm in the field shooting, I just shoot everything and anything. Most of the time I know when it's like a hero shot that I can post on the main, but other times I'll just go through and find the off shots, I guess. Oh my god, my computer is 100% CPU power right now. Shit. Chef David Chang swears by Lawson's. Okay, that's fair. That's reputable. Apparently I look like David Chang. I've been told that before. Family Mart onigiri is the best, no contest. Okay. Do you apply your visual patterns communication techniques to every composition before you take a photo? Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Like sometimes I don't take photos because I'm worried it's not technical enough. So when you first start out shooting, just in general, what I recommend is that like you take a visual pattern and then you focus on that exclusively so that you don't have to go into the field and be like, oh, what visual pattern am I going to use next or whatever. The idea is more that you use it so much that it just becomes baked into your subconscious so that you don't actively have to think about it when you're shooting. But to get to that level requires a lot of practice, right? Like you definitely need to. So one of the suggestions that I give in terms of an exercise is, you know, spend an entire week shooting every single day a set number of images of that particular pattern, and do it, you know, by the end of the week, say you have like 70 examples of that pattern or like 140 examples of the pattern or whatever, then you're much more likely to recall that as you're shooting normally. Or you can try and remember all the things all at once, but you'll find that you'll, after a while, default to a set few visual patterns. Often you'll return to that, and that becomes your style. So for me, you know, I do a lot of negative space, a lot of scale, a lot of simplicity. That's the kind of vibe that I always come back to when it comes to visual patterns. But yeah, you'll get there. Just keep practicing, man. Yes, near the line. The place itself is called Funia. Is that me? Super rare collections. You can sell groups of pictures. Yes, you can, but you need to get accepted. Someone accept me, please. Totally off topic, but any more aesthetic issues with the iPhone 13? I don't need to upgrade, but I really want to, and will be happy with switching from the 12 to the 13. I think from the 12 to the 13, there's not a big difference. I went from the 11 to the 13, so there was a big difference for me. Whilst I love the look of this like square, I don't know, my face is in the way. There we go. Whilst I love the look of the squared lines and the really hard body, it's not as nice to hold. You know, compared to the 11, the sides were like round, and so this is like kind of just digs into your hands. You're like, like it looks nice, but it doesn't feel nice. That's it though. I mean, I'm just nitpicking for the sake of nitpicking, really. Ruben Wu, his work is dope. What are your thoughts? He's the guy who does all the drone light painting stuff, right? I'm pretty sure. It's cool. It's cool. There's been a lot of imitations of that work, and yeah, it gets a little bit played out, but it's interesting. Interesting tip about Google Cloud Enterprise. Just looked into it. Big sales form. Anyway, I didn't have to do a sales form when I signed up. I'm not sure. All right. So, my things are exported. So basically, for HeyPack K, everything's a square. So it's 2160 by 2160, which is 2 times 1080. And I do this purely out of habit. Like you could do this at 1080. It does render out like the same. There's a whole bunch of like technical explanation that I can't be bothered to go into as to why I make it exactly 2 times rather than just 1 by 1, but that's another story for a different time. So basically what I do is like I've got my Finder on the right on my other monitor, and I just drag everything over. Oh, I didn't do that one, did I? I forgot that one. No. Okay, let's go back. What I was going to do with this is rotate it Why you no rotate? There we go. And then just mess around with the vertical. Something like that. Overwrite that. Come back to this. Nope, come back to this. Wait for it to export whenever it decides to export. Cool. And then file, export, layers to files. Is that coming up? Yeah, it is coming up. And then probably just whack it on my desktop, I guess. Keep it at 12 JPEG, and then it literally just goes through and runs every single layer off as its own image. As you can see, no hands. I'm not doing anything. It's just doing its own thing. Light painting looks like a trip. Surprised anime style light painting hasn't become more popular. Yeah, me too. I mean, if you look for it, there are a lot of examples for sure. But yeah, I'm surprised it hasn't gone a little bit more mainstream than it has. Okay, that's it for Hey Pat K. I am going to close that. Everything's rendered out now. That's nice. And then I'm ready to post and things. But I'll do an edit for Hey Pat K. I mean for Pat K, the main account. I don't know if you can see that, but let me know which one y'all want to edit. 1 to 15. Chuck it in the chat and let me know. There's this one about Mount Fuji. There's this real like traditional one from Meiji Shrine. There's some umbrella ramen. There was this guy that's kind of cool. I got look at this guy's expression. I love it. I love it. It's great. Got some more like traditional shots because let's be honest, I'm out of content and I'm sorry. These are all reposts and really like obvious examples, but yeah. Same thing with this. This is a portrait of Georgia that I didn't want to post because this place is just so overdone and so overshot, but I need the content, so here we are. Here we are. Although I like this one. This one was dope because it's just so unorthodox and weird, and I like weird. See you, Emma. Thanks for hanging out. See you, Michael. Cheers. Go for 5. 15. What else do we have? We have this like umbrella Urji-san. We have, is this was this Akihabara? Somewhere around there. I was roaming out around somewhere in Tokyo. Very classic shot of Mount Fuji over here. Sky tree. Guy sweeping. Meiji Shrine. I forget what artwork this is. Morishita? Something? I can't remember. It was a place in Sapporo. 5, 15, 7, 5. I like weird. Yeah. Yeah, weird, man. Okay, let's go for 5. Do some classic Georgia ports. I feel like all I shoot in terms of portraits is Georgia, but it's fine. All right, let's start with, wow, that chat looks terrible on this black background. I mean, on this white background. I think that's better. That's better. You can read chat now. Yay, okay, cool.
So I like this one because like Georgia's really sweet, right? She has like a really sweet look. But I like when she like has a meaner look. Is that weird? Because I feel like for this it matches the vibe pretty well. So what I'm doing right now is just trying to like reset the image to a baseline exposure that I am happy with. Then we can control the crop later. All this kind of stuff, yeah, typically it's fine. It's fine. Got a hop. Thanks for answering my questions. We'll be joining the Discord for sure. Thanks for hanging out, Daniel. Make sure to join the Discord. We have a photo challenge that just started today, thanks to David, which is, what was it again? Scale and negative space, which are two of my favorite visual patterns. So that'll be fun. Join the Discord. Link in the description below. Anyway, city punk look. Yeah. I don't know. People always love this place as well. I think it's because of that city punk vibe. Just want to make sure all these like textures are okay. All right, contrast. I'm gonna clip some blacks because you always got to do it. That's just me. That looks okay, but I'm gonna adjust the blacks just a little bit and the shadows and bring that down. Oop. Where did you take this shot? This place in Kawasaki, in just outside of Tokyo. But it is closed, got shut down, and the whole pandemic thing was really the nail in the coffin, which is really sad because this was a really cool place. It was very Hong Kong themed, even though it's in Tokyo. I'm going to be submitting my first photo contest soon. What are some things that judges look for? Hard to say. Depends on what contest you're entering. Whenever I'm judging something, the very first thing that I'm looking at is this technically perfect? That's like the baseline level. Like you have to, for me anyway, like an award-winning shot needs to be baseline technically perfect. From there, once you've passed that, then it's like, okay, does an image evoke emotion? Does it say something? Is it trying to say something? Is it clever? Is there a good use of juxtaposition? Is there a good use of messaging? Is there a good use of placement, composition, and all these kind of things? That's kind of how I think of it. But I mean, different judges will have different approaches for sure. But yeah, I always start with the technical, because if you can't get the technical right, like, then yeah, in my eyes, it's just not, like, you shouldn't be counted. Got closed to never open again way before the pandemic. Yeah, I think there was a notification about it, but then, like, because I remember it occurring early last year while I was still there, when the pandemic was hadn't come to Japan just yet, and then it came. I think that was the timeline. I'm not sure though. How do you find this kind of hidden gem places for photo shooting? I mean, when it comes to portraits, it's easy because portraits you can shoot anywhere. But when it comes to Japan, you have to do a lot of research to find unique places. That's just how the game goes, unfortunately. This red is kind of cool. I want to see what I can do with it. So luminance wise, I like the effect that it's having on all of the other portions of this image. Typically for like portraits and stuff, you know, orange is going to be your skin tone, so really watch out for that. This image is especially hard because reds, yellows, and the top end of green is so meshed together, so your skin tone can become really it can become a different color, but that might be like needed because of the scenario that the model is in. So in this case, like, it is a very warm image, so it's okay for our skin tones to be a little bit red, a little bit orange. Something like that. But there's like hardly any cool colors in this, so I'll leave all those alone for now. But you can see like the luminance on orange like brightens up her face a little bit, which is kind of nice. But then all of these other portions are a little bit blown out, so I'm going to go back and... Actually, I might reduce that from here. Yeah, something like that. Like half-assed. Not half-assed, but like I'm half like doing this edit and half reading chat at the same time. I'm sorry if it's like really not consistent to be doing an edit like from end to end. When it comes to color grading and split toning and stuff like that, I'm not too heavy on it. Like even this 13 is a little bit too much. Probably gonna go down to like a 10. And then, so I've got the highlights as yellow because all of these highlights are yellow, which is kind of nice. I mean, I've got a shadow. Wait, what did I do? Yeah, I got shadows. I want to make like the rest of this image consistent with the environment that she's in, right? So like, I'm going to grab this and kind of mimic this color and then inject more of it just so that I can control it better, rather than like taking it out of saturation and boosting it in saturation. So kind of like that. Highlight priority on the vignette midpoint. I always do the same settings when it comes to vignette, and this is kind of what it looks like. Something like that. And then detail, I'll do detail last, but now I'll just I will do a crop. Putting her eyes on the third, right in the middle, draws a lot of attention to her. Makes her a very central figure. And then masking. So masking, if you hold on to Option or you hold on to Alt on PC, you can play around with exactly where you're going to get the sharpen effect. So in this instance, 94 is good. I want to up that a little bit. Zoom in to see your sharpening details. So on her, on the thicker lines, that's kind of it. Noise reduction, look, it's 1600, which is there's quite a bit, but it's not going to appear when you're posting it to Instagram at that size, so it's kind of fine. I'll just leave it as it is. Use Twitter Spaces. There are many travel photographers that chat and converse, and super rare users. Yeah, I can't be bothered, man. Like, I'm already on Instagram and YouTube. I can't be bothered to do Twitter. I'm sorry. Like, I know that's where all the NFT space is right now and the NFT community, but I also don't like the NFT community that much when it comes to photographers, because there's a lot of, and people are going to shoot me for this. I shouldn't be saying this, but like, there's a lot of schmoozing, a lot of circle jerking, a lot of like sucking up to people who have Ethereum so that they will buy your stuff. And that makes me feel really icky. That's why you haven't seen me push my NFTs that much, because when I realized that was the case, I was like, do I want to get into this space? Like, I'd rather keep my dignity rather than build a community of schmoozers. So I don't know. That's why I don't mind like going in. I wouldn't mind going into super rare, or maybe I'll go into foundation where like I'm doing one-offs where I can, you know, market that to my own community rather than having to appeal to other people who just have money. I would rather my community have my work rather than build a new community who has money or who has ETH to then buy that work, right? Like I would rather a person who likes my work for me rather than a person who is a collector or something like that own my work. And I know that sounds really, is it egotistical? Is it narcissistic? I don't know. I'm just like being real. I would rather people who like me buy my stuff rather than people who can like flip my stuff. And I whilst there is no like right or wrong way to build a community, I would rather not build a community on Twitter that is full of schmoozers. I'm gonna get freaking smashed for that. I'm not sorry, but y'all can't like if you're part of that community, you can't like deny that that's the case. Also, I'm sorry for the rant. What do you mean by technically perfect? Do you have a video to plug? I mean like getting things sharp, having your exposure correct, nailing your focus. Like these are the basics. And if you don't get those right, like here's an example. Panning shots, right? So panning shots, we did this. We just did this. Hold on. My Lightroom's gonna take forever to load. So panning shots, right? People will post panning shots and the things, the actual subject is not sharp. So in this case, I didn't post it to Instagram because this guy's face is not sharp. It might look okay enough, but it's not sharp. The bike is sharp, and that's great. You can even see the letters on the bike. That's what I mean by technically perfect, right? Like if you are going to show me a technically, if you're going to submit a panning shot and I'm judging it, this guy, his face has to be 100% perfect. Like I need to be able to see the details on his face. That's how technically perfect it needs to be at a baseline. For me, like this isn't good enough for my main account because I got the bike in focus, but I didn't get him in focus. Even though like if you zoom out, it looks like everything is in focus. That's what I mean by technically perfect. Coming back to the image after the rant and oh God, I can rant on about stuff for so long sometimes. I think this is in a good place, like ready to export. So let's actually do a different one. So if y'all wanna let me know which one should I edit next. I think I'll do like one or two more and then I'll call it. Is that George Arisa? Yes, that was George Arisa. Thank you, Henry. I appreciate you. Thanks, Winnie. You're absolutely right. Oh yeah, about the NFT thing. Yeah, man, I could talk about the NFT thing for so freaking long. Like I love the idea. I love the technology. I love where it's going. I love the future prospects. I invest heavily into crypto as a currency in terms of my investing. Like I'm so in that space. But man, I don't know. It rubs me the wrong way. I have a lot of like inner dignity and like inner integrity, and that kind of shit just Bleh. Bleh. Now these are photographers who travel. Yeah. Hey Dylan, hope you're having a good day as well. Can you show 11 please? 11 looked like this. It's a little bit dark actually. I shot this underexposed. Very simple, super simple image. Edit number 2. You should edit the second one from the top left, the one with the building. That one's a fun one. meant not starting your community, but photographers who connect with each other and just cool places they have shot and connect with each other. Yeah, but at the same time, like the photography community on Twitter is very like, it's too thirsty. It's too thirsty, man. It's like, hey, good morning. What are you up to? Or like, hey, show me your best shots. Or like, you know, where's the best place that you've taken a photo of? I don't want to join a community of people who do that. I don't want to, like, if you want to have a conversation with me on Twitter, have a normal conversation with me on Twitter, right? Like don't do it for engagement's sake. That's not what I want to use Twitter for, and that's also why like I don't want to see on Twitter, so I don't use Twitter in that way. Like I deliberately unfollowed NFTs and I deliberately unfollowed photographers, as in like the topics on Twitter, because it's just too much. Like I can't deal with it. Even the people that I do follow, the individual people that I do follow, there's so many of them that are constantly talking about NFTs or constantly talking about trying to get engagement or like, you know, trying to build their photographer community. I'm like, it frustrates me. I'm sorry. I don't need to talk about it, but anyway. It's a little like the MLM attitude. Hard to not think of get rich quick talking points whenever folks talk about it. 100%. Anyway, let's do this one. So this one, I actually want to reset this quite a lot because there's a lot of like vertical distortion here. So this is a good trick whenever you're shooting anything to do with architecture, anything to do with buildings, anything to do with structures. Your perspective when you take this shot will always like determine whether you have distortion or not. So try and shoot it flat on if you can, but like when it comes to this kind of stuff, you can't. And I just wanted to like, I shot this because I wanted to just like single out, I thought this building looked really cool. And for this kind of shot, I will typically just throw my colors on it straight away and then edit the exposure and then do the local adjustments after that. So something like that. It's very like neighborhoody. This is a fish place, right? Y'all people who can read kanji, let me know. This is a fish shop, right? A seafood place. A little bit too much black clipping. Yeah, something like that. Is a little bit too colorful for my liking, but see, one of the things that like my presets do is it harmonizes orange and blues quite a lot, and that's why it looks like that now. So the kind of color scheme becomes united. Just by the picking kanji colors. Yeah, I know. I like the edit so far. It's a dreamy night looking at it. Yeah, it's a blue hour. The place on the second floor says Akihara something. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to expose my limited Japanese here. I mean, not that there's much to expose, right? All right. Something I want to highlight here is I want to play around with like these kind of night shots have a tinge to them. So like what does it look like when you have like a warmer shadow tone to accentuate the amount of blue in this image, because there's so much of it. So usually I would have more blue so it kind of looks like this, but I'm like, this looks kind of cool too. It makes the photo a little bit more rich, but this is a bit too much. It is a little bit too much. Let's go like for. Being based in Sydney, how often do you plan to travel compared to being at home? Yeah, 50-50. Yeah, I mean, as much as I can, as much as I need to, you know, I can spend 180 days in Japan on a tourist visa every single year if I want to. Whoops, that's a little bit off, isn't it? Yeah, that's good. But you know, I also want to travel to other countries as well. So we'll see. I mean, as soon as I'm able to travel though, I will definitely get out there for quite some time and play it by ear and see how we go. But yeah, 50-50 is probably the baseline. Any tips for composing street photos that are more open, as in no tall buildings or lights? I live in Arizona. I want to make the most out of what's in my neighborhood. The less elements you have, that just means you have to adapt to that. So maybe then your street photography images are less contextual. They are, you know, more simple, and they're just of people, right? So you could make a style where it's just like person, building, and that's it. Or maybe you could have like person, you know, flat background, and you know, something very simple. So wherever you are, like there is a way to adapt to it, but maybe if it's if you don't have tall buildings or that kind of stuff, or lights, then it is more about the story of the person rather than the context that they're in. For this, I'm actually going to do my own vignette. So I'll get rid of the vignette there. And I kind of just want to like do a very light vignette. Just a smidge, just a little bit, you know, just a little bit, something like that. Yeah. Duplicate. Oh man, this new masking feature in the new Lightroom there, I'll tell ya, it's good. It's good. It's a good one. I think overall, I might just brighten this up a smidge and bring down the highlights again. Yeah, very neighborhood style photo. I wish I got this dude here. That would be nice, but I don't. So, you know, it is what it is. That's it. One more image. Let me know which one y'all want to see. Oh my god, I've been streaming for almost 2 hours. I meant for this to be a short stream, but you know, sometimes when I get onto talking about things, I just actually I'm from Arizona as well. Okay, makes sense. Actually helps a ton. Okay, good, Kaden. You watching Adobe Max this year? Maybe. I didn't watch Adobe Max last year, but I do have a couple of friends who are speaking at this year's event, so maybe if I have the time. We'll see what happens. How can I get over the anxiety of people watching me while taking photos of strangers on the street? I've been doing photography for 6 years and have never felt comfortable doing so. Well, grab yourself... No, I can't grab it, can I? Grab yourself a lens that is less than 35 millimeters. So 20, 24, not 16, that's probably a bit too much, but 20 or 24, even 35. And practice with that. Practice trying to take photos at such an extremely close distance and such an uncomfortable distance, and aim in a session to just take 5. To just be like, you're walking past someone, right? And say you've got zone focusing, or like you've got a fast focusing camera, and you're walking past someone and you just go click, and then you just keep walking. Or you try to create tricks that don't make it seem like you're shooting them. So you might like raise your camera to shoot them as they're walking towards you, and you take the shot, right? Whenever you need to take the shot, but then you keep your camera there whilst they walk away so that it looks like you're shooting at the thing that was past them rather than actually shooting them. You know what I mean? And there's a whole bunch of those little like tricks to diffuse the situation that you can learn over time, but get uncomfortable, get super, super, super uncomfortable, and then you can scale it back. But it's uncomfortable, and it is breaking through that that discomfort, sorry, that breaks through your anxiety. So yeah, give that a shot. Hey Tim, what's going on? Thanks for dropping by, man. What have we got? 8, 9, second from last, 9. Okay, we've got 2 for 9. 2 for second from last as well. Let's do second from last because it's funny. All right, this one I'm gonna crop straight away because I actually only when I shot this I was like, yeah, I just want this. I just want this one dude, this guy right here. Right here. Just gonna adjust the exposure really quickly so I can see what we're doing. Oh, that looks terrible. Not all presets work as intended. Like when things are supposed to be green, you gotta make them green, That's all right. It's a bit yellow, but we'll cool that down. I don't know, his expression to me is just funny. That's yeah. All right, restoring the image, just trying to get a baseline exposure going right now. Yeah, that looks good. Oh, I love all this falling snow. So much atmosphere. This is not straight though. Cassie, thank you for the advice. I'll have to get a smaller focal length because I've got a giant 2470. Yeah, I mean, even with your 2470, just use 2470. I mean, just use 24. And just try it and see what happens. Because once you push through, man, trust me, it gets a lot easier. Also, once someone's had a conflict with you and someone's been like, hey, why are you taking my photo? And you've gone through that process a couple of times and people like actually arc out at you, the more times you go through that, the less uncomfortable it becomes. So I can see a kind of like yellow tinge, which I kind of just don't like. I'm gonna push that more towards orange. And this green, I'm gonna push way more towards green because it's supposed to be green. One thing I don't like about this is the foreground here has this like green tinge, and that's part of the crossing. So I actually want to try and do what I can to get rid of that. This still feels a little bit off, seems to me. Yeah. So what else? I'm going to not have so much black clipping. Let's play around with the contrast just a little bit, something like that. One really cool thing you can do with snow photos is just a global minus dehaze, which makes everything a little bit more like faded and really accentuates the snow. That's what I like to do. It also raises the exposure as well, the overall exposure, so you gotta watch out about that. more highlights. I don't want my highlights yellow, so I will shift them back down to blue. Get rid of my vignette. And then I want to get rid of this color tinge and make it... Oh, why is this not showing? Hello? Hello? There we go. That was weird. Anyway, I want to get rid of this color tinge, so I'm going to deset that. Give it a bit of blue so that it looks more natural. Then I'm going to get another grad filter and make this more white. But a dull white. I don't want it to be the central focus of this image. I just want to remove its visual prominence. So something like that. And then this is going to kill my computer. So let's see what happens. So with a low feather, I'm literally going to just color this in. Ding. Oh, whoops, missed. That'll do. It doesn't have to be exact. Really. Okay. Then up the clarity on that. Up the texture. Put a bit of contrast on there. Really make it like try and pop. If I can. But actually that blue is a bit too much, so I'll reduce that saturation just because you want to make it stand out, right? But you don't want to make it stand out to the point where like you know that I've edited it, you know? Yeah, cool. Or maybe actually that's a little bit too much contrast. Oh. Whose presets are those yours? Yes, they are mine. You can buy them on my shop, pack.com/shop. Could ask them on the street, offer them a copy of the photo and send them after. That's a very common technique as well. Highly recommended. With snow, do you use an umbrella or protection for the camera? No, because my cameras have weather sealing on them, so I'm not really worried about them at all. I've used my cameras in like pouring rain with no protection at all. Totally fine. Time to revisit Sapporo shots. Yeah, Sapporo is awesome. I love Sapporo. It's so fun. So fun, like skating around on the roads. All right, some befores and afters. Before, wow. After, actually, it's like colors wise, I didn't actually do that much, did I? Just cleaned it up, subtle. All right, I'm almost about 2 hours, and I'm really hungry. I haven't even had breakfast yet because it's almost 11 o'clock, and I also need another coffee because I'm really tired. What are some last minute questions y'all might have? And I can answer them really quickly. How would you go through with an underwater shoot without the proper equipment? I've thought of shooting using a fish tank. I don't know. I mean, I guess you got to buy like a proper case. I guess. I personally have like, I've rarely done underwater shoots, and if ever I go underwater with a camera, it's usually with a GoPro, which is waterproof anyway. Dude, I just saw your calibration video is amazing. Thank you very much. Hi from Chile. Hey Gabriel, glad you liked the video. I know you like shooting on compact. Would you say it's all right to go for a lower megapixel cam, even if you want to print? Because yeah, 100%, like easily. Like I shoot on that thing, the RX, all the time. 20 megapixels. I love it. It's amazing. And if you do need to blow things up, then yeah, you can on Photoshop. But 99% of the shots that you make are not your print shots. So for me, it's smarter to optimize for that. So a lower megapixel count for me is more ideal. Like I was saying this to, so I was doing a class yesterday, and I was saying how I hate shooting portraits on that thing, the A7R Mark IV, because it's 61 megapixels, and like you don't need to have, you know, 61 megapixels for a portrait. Like it's not like I need to see into the details of your iris unless, you know, you're using macro lens or whatever. It's just too much. And then you got to deal with the processing power and the storage and the time and da 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 da. It's just a pain. Like lower megapixel doesn't necessarily mean less quality, and it just depends on your workflow. Lightroom Classic or Adobe Lightroom Classic is the pro choice. I feel like the issue is the window on the right, so bright and edited window looks unnatural. Yeah, I'll probably tweak that a little bit more later on. Go eat, dude. Yeah, I'm so hungry. Cooking stream when? IRL stream when? Oh god. One of my friends is doing IRL streams at the moment in Tokyo, and she's killing it. And she makes me want to do IRL streams. But I think I would only ever do them if I'm in Tokyo. Like Sydney seems kind of boring to do IRL streams in. I don't know. Also, I don't actually cook that much, so I wouldn't do a cooking stream. What metering mode do you normally use? New question. Multi or auto? Sia Aria. Hello. 4 a.m. Oh my god. Why are you working at 4 a.m.? Please go to sleep. Billboard portraits. Yeah, exactly. Right. You know what I mean? Where did you get that hoodie from? I love the color. Where did I get this hoodie from? Was it ASOS? I don't know. It's just some generic like clothing company. What was the other one? I think it was ASOS. ASOS. Let's say that. Good morning. What friend is doing IRL streams? Her name is Steffi Hana, so she's on Twitch. What diffusion filter do you recommend? 1.4 usually is good. 1/4. 1/2 tends to be a little bit too much. 1 is just like that's a look. Like that's a look, man. So we'll be going as well and continue photo work. Nice and fresh to watch your stream again another time. Thanks for hanging out, Tim. Do you usually have a set stream time? Would love to tune in more often. No, I don't. This is I haven't streamed for 4 months apparently. This is a special occasion because I'm testing out something, some specific set of settings which I can't talk about. So that's why. Otherwise, I wouldn't be streaming. I don't stream that often, just because of how much of a pain it is to like set everything up properly and all that kind of stuff. I'm just kind of lazy. I'm not gonna lie. By the way, happy belated birthday. Thank you. Yes, I am 33. So old. So old. Because I always procrastinate till the last minute, but actually this time I moved to another city and spent time with friends. Okay, well that's fair. Fair. Well, hope you go and be productive. Hope you get a lot of things done. All right. I'm a dip too. Okay, cool. Thanks for hanging out, David. I think I will dip as well because it's been a little while. Been 2 hours I've been streaming. It's quite a long time for me. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for asking all the questions today. It was fun hanging with y'all. I might do a stream in the future again, maybe next month. I say that, but it's a maybe. Who knows? But yeah, new videos every Tuesday. Join the Discord if you haven't already, because we have an awesome community there where we talk about a whole bunch of different stuff, from photography to Japan to travel, getting feedback. We do photo comps, a whole bunch of stuff. Link in the description below. If you want to grab the presets that I used today, these are my presets that I worked on, and as you can see, I use them all the time. You can find them at paquet.com/shop. What else do I want to plug? Got a Lightroom course coming out at the end of the month, maybe early next month. I don't know, sometime. But it's a Lightroom masterclass, so look forward to that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, cool. I will see y'all next time.